Go faster, 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 faster! Oh my god, yes! Alright guys, welcome on into another episode of WrestleChats with Sharpy and Ray. I'm here with my main man Ray. How are we?
I'm fantastic, Sharpy. How are you, brother?
That's a weird episode start, but anyway, let's get into it. So today we're talking just about some random topics. We're going to cover Penta, we're going to cover the New Day and what they've been doing, and does Big E potentially come back? I'm getting less and less faithful that he will. Ricky Starks or Saints debuting in NXT, and what our thoughts are and how long it's going to take for Bronson Reed to get back. Rayman, give us your thoughts on Penta and how his run has been so far. Are you enjoying what he's doing, and where do you think he's going?
I think enjoying what I'm doing in what he's doing is an understatement. I'm loving Penta. Like, I was a Penta fan as soon as he came out. Yeah. I love his look. I love his entrance. His in-ring work alone was absolutely fantastic. Oh, God, like, I'm a huge Penta fan, and the crowd's only getting behind him more and more and more, and his in-ring work is absolutely incredible. He just had a match just the other day on SmackDown against Butch, you like that, against Pete Dunne, and against Ludwig Kaiser, and he held up his own. Like, it was fantastic. The match was absolutely great. So this dude is only improving, and I think Trips is going to put, Triple H, he's only going to put more emphasis behind pushing him slowly but surely. We have seen a little bit of a tease of Penta getting up in the face of Bron Breakker for a little bit there. So maybe he might be going down that path of a singles title sooner rather than later. Fingers crossed he does do that, because I think he'd be really good with a gold strap around his waist or on his shoulder alone. Thoughts on that, Sean? I
like what he's doing. I also want to see Ray Phoenix get out of AEW and come over.
Yes.
His former tag team champion partner from over there, and I would love to see them have a red hot crack at the tag titles.
Yeah,
because I feel like some of the tag titles at the moment, some of the teams are just kind of ho-hum. They've been like Grayson Waller and Austin Theory. I'm ready for them to separate now.
Yes,
I'm ready for Theory to continue to be a bit of a baby face, and ready for Waller to continue being a bit of a heel.
Yes.
And there's just a couple other teams like R-Truth and Miz that aren't together anymore and stuff like that. So I think that they could use that boost of like an extremely talented luchador team.
Yes.
I would love to see those two come together and win the tag titles and just go on a good run of just having great tag matches for the next year.
Yes.
Penta, I don't want to be wasted. I don't want him just to be wrestling dudes randomly on like Saturday night's main event or even like what is it, Superstars or whatever the other show that they have that's just on like Netflix or YouTube or whatever. I want Penta to not be wasted in that sense. So yeah, I'd love to see him have that tag title run in the future. But if he's going to get into the IC title mix as well, like I'd love to see that too.
Yeah.
Or US title, whatever show he's on, I don't really know at the moment. But
yes.
Yeah, I think that he's too talented and too good at what he does to be wasted just wrestling dudes on small shows.
For sure, and I think it goes to show that WWE have taken him in so quickly because of how loud that the crowd is, how good his merch is doing. I mean, he's already got masks out there, and like shirts are just everywhere. Not only are shirts all over the WWE store, but there's a couple of bootleg websites have also got a lot of Penta stuff too. So I think it's fair to say that the WWE world have really taken him on, and I love that about that, because his work shows that they should be taking him in, and it's good that he's finally getting his dues and being on the big stage, which is WWE.
Yep, I agree. And also the footage of him debuting and his kid in the front row crying. That's what they do it for, and that was unreal.
Yeah.
Let's move to the New Day. Are they cold now?
Cold as in...
Like, have they lost their heat, or...
No, everybody still hates them.
Everyone hates them, but
everybody absolutely hates the New Day.
Where are they going with it?
Yeah, that's a very good question. I do like that. So they've come out and they've given him this spin of, oh, my family hasn't even showed up. So my family, my sister, don't even like me for the time being. They've really pushed upon that. But what they're going to do with it next, I don't know. They're still putting on some stellar matches. They had a match only the other day against the LWO. It was a fantastic match. They can still hold it down in the ring, but now their heel turn has seemed to have gone really, really good. And everybody just boos them out of the stadium whenever they walk into it. But, once again, just like you said, where's WWE taking them? What direction are they really going right now? Thoughts on that?
I don't know what the go is with Big E at the moment, but I would love to see Big E, like, join them.
Oh!
And then they'd be, like, a real, like, bad group of 3 dudes going out smashing people. I'd love to see that.
Wow.
I don't know though, because they've done that segment with him on the show, turned on him, and then I thought that was going to be where maybe Big E came back, but he didn't. So I don't know if he's like legitimately done because he landed on the top of his head.
Yeah.
And that would be very sad if it was. But we've seen guys come back from that sort of thing before. So who knows? I hope he does come back. But if he doesn't, then that's where I go. I don't know where they're leading to then.
Yes, and that's what I'm kind of feeling right now. If they're not going to bring Big E back, just like you're saying, what's the point and what they're doing here? Big E, he's doing really well in doing commentating. He is quite a good talker. He was just on the panel on the Elimination Chamber 2025. He's holding down his own guys. So what direction they're really going to take the New Day in, who really knows?
That's another one though with like the tag titles. Like if you're going to have one that's like nuclear heat like those guys, like I'm quite happy for you to put the tag titles back on them.
Yes.
Because they've been a tag team for so long, they have that chemistry. They both, Big E and Kofi, have gone off and had single success. Xavier hasn't, so it's just a good way of intricating them back into the tag division. I don't know if they're just building them up at the moment before they chuck them in there and like maybe they win a ladder match or whatever it is that they're going to do at Mania for the tag titles.
Yeah.
I would like to see that. I'd like to see some more hints to direction that they're going. I don't mind the whole coming out and getting heat from each town.
Yes.
But if they don't really have a story of where they're going, if they don't really have opponents that they're going to be going up against that weave into their storylines, like they were sort of involved a little bit with like DIY and stuff, but now they're not. Like,
yeah,
I don't really know where the go is there.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think they're a bit lost at the moment, and I'm nervous that they're going to lose their heat and people are not going to care anymore.
Yeah. So
that's what worries me.
On a side note here, if they do start to lose their heat, I hope New Day start to help out the younger tag teams that are starting to come up, because they do have so much knowledge of in-ring work and how to work the crowd. I'd love to see some of the younger tag teams from NXT go up against the guys from New Day. I don't want the New Day going back to NXT, which they already have. They've been the champs over there. I want the new guys that are then coming from NXT to the main roster to go up against the New Day, because straight away they will just get such a good push to be the baby faces, because New Day are killing it right now at being the heels. But at in-ring work, you may be a little bit nervous. You may be a little bit fresh. You know, you might have a little bit of shaky knees, so to speak, when you first come up to the main roster. If you do have that, the New Day are a perfect tag team to slowly but surely get you used to the main roster, get you used to the main card.
And they can play that sort of grizzled veteran role where they're sick of the young guys, but obviously they're actually trying to help them in real life.
Yeah.
I think that would be a good way to go with it too. So.
But what direction right now New Day are going in?
Don't really know.
Don't know.
Let us know what you guys think in the comments below, because I genuinely have no idea, and I love both of them so much. I want to see them do well.
For sure.
We're going to move on to Ricky Starks, or Saints, who randomly appeared within 24 hours of his AEW contract expiring. He popped up immediately on NXT. What did you think?
I think it's cool.
Yeah.
I think it's cool. I'm not super excited about it because I am such a loyal WWE fan. So I haven't seen a lot of him, but I have heard that he's absolutely fantastic. Seen a few of his matches in NXT and he can hold it down for his own. Yeah. I'm not too sure about I don't really know where that's going, but I mean, I imagine it will grow on me over time. He was very much so, people were looking forward to him coming over, and there was meant to be talk of him coming over for a very, very long time now, as soon as his contract did finish up, because he does have some friends in higher places of WWE, so I'm looking forward to his journey. Then he's going to take us down, because he's only just coming to NXT right now.
Cody Rhodes and CM Punk.
Cody Rhodes and CM Punk are his close friends. Okay, Sharpy said it right there.
But I think he's a great talent. He's a good wrestler. He is phenomenal on the mic, and he can roast. If he was able to hang with MJF on the mic and burn MJF like crazy, I think that he can burn anybody in the mic. So I think he'll be... under Shawn Michaels, I think he is going to learn so much.
Yeah.
And the talent, like you said, the talent in NXT right now is just starting to build, and it's going to get to a point where the cream will rise to the top, and we're going to get some absolute mega stars out of there. So Ricky Starks, or Saints, could now be one of those as well that pushes up to the top.
Real quick one, side question to you there, Sharpy. Ricky Saints, Who would you love to see him match up against? Because I already have a name that I want to see him match up against. Can I throw it at you?
Yeah, go.
Trick Williams. I want to see Ricky Saints versus Trick Williams immediately, as soon as I possibly can. Trick slowly starting to get into maybe a little bit of a heel turn or getting frustrated with what's going on in NXT. So maybe even Trick being the heel and Saints being the face, and them going up against each other. Trick's been there for quite a long time. Used to be a NXT champion themselves. Yep. These guys will pull off a banger of a match.
I thought you were going to pinch mine, but I want to see him go up against Tony D'Angelo.
Oh, the Don.
Oh,
okay,
dude, the magic that they could do together. Yeah. Just the mix of like Tony D'Angelo and then obviously the flashiness of like Ricky Saints, Starks. I think they would make for some really cool like matches and promos and like I don't know, I think that would be really cool to watch.
Just touching on Tony D'Angelo right now, a huge fan of Tony D'Angelo. Shout out to Bailey. Bailey's a huge fan of Tony D'Angelo too.
Bailey Gaming, we love you.
Love him, absolutely love you, Bailey. I think the Don is only going to get better and better as time goes by too. So any matchup that he's had as of late have just blown it out of the water. That's why he is the North American champion right now.
That's it.
Love him. Please
He's the Don, baby. He's
push
the Don.
him up to the main card. We love him.
Another one to finish off, our Aussie boy Bronson Reed. We don't know when he's coming back from that ankle injury, leg injury.
I think we need to touch upon the actual injury happening itself. So
it looks like it's got
at Survivor Series, the guy jumped off the top of a cage. Why? We really don't know. We jumped off the top of a cage onto, I think it was maybe Sami Zayn. That was on the table.
It was Roman. And
Roman,
Punk
thank
pulled
you.
him away.
And Punk pulled him out. That's right. Sorry, huge part of the storyline there. So when he did come down, he was meant to sort of land on his feet and then sort of like fall onto the table. You take a little bit of the shock off your body by landing on your feet and falling flat. You don't just go straight down. But unfortunately, when he did come down, his body went that way and his ankle went that way. So it didn't end well for the guy.
Like folded underneath him, and it just, I think it's like spiral fractured. So it's a
lot of weight right there.
It's a long recovery for those when you have a clean. What you want is a clean break, and it just to go like that, and you can just put it straight back and you just screw it together, and away you go. But when it like shatters and there's a million pieces out there, it's just bad.
That's not a good one.
I think he put up an X-ray at some point showing the results, and it just doesn't look great. So he might be, 6 months to a year out. It's already been 3. It was late November that he did that, so early December. So,
and we hate to see something like this from a young guy that's up and coming. He had a match before that, which was against Seth Rollins, like best in the world. A guy from South Australia, Adelaide boy. Shout out to Adelaide boy, Bronson Reed. We want him to come back because he was only getting better and better.
Dude, the matches he was having with Braun Strowman before that were unreal.
Absolutely incredible. And at the same time, he was on the match card versus Roman Reigns, the Usos, Sami Zayn. The guy had made it. Not only are you trying to get
part
up
of the
there
bloodline.
You're not trying to get up there in the industry. You're not trying to get up there against the best of the best. He was there. He had made it. But unfortunately, by a freak accident or the way that he landed, it's just pushed him right down again. So
can I fantasy book something for you?
Please do, Sharpy.
When he comes back, I want to see him be in a tag team with Jacob Fatu.
Wow.
And just smash everybody.
Okay. Fantasy.
I don't know if it makes sense or not. I'm sure they could find a way. Like they teamed together once.
Yeah.
But I just think the two of them just running through the whole tag team division would be sick.
I think a fantasy booking of mine would be just to push him at the top of the game. Bronson Reed versus John Cena. I'm just going to say that right now because that'll push him to the top of the game.
By the end of the year, it might happen.
Why not?
Who knows?
It'd be nice. And hey, Bronson, the work that you were putting in, you 100% deserve it. So please get well soon. SA guys, shout out to you. Love it.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you got any thoughts and or comments on what we've discussed here today, let us know in the comments below. We will try and get back to every comment. So hopefully you guys enjoyed. We'll see you guys same time, same place next week. WrestleMania is not far away. We're looking forward to it.
Yeah.
We're going to be live for the whole thing, across everything. We're going to watch the pre-shows, the main shows, the post-shows. And we'll be live playing games in between, having chats.
Join us, guys. Make sure you subscribe. Tell your friends, tell your family, tell your co-workers. Tell them about these two entertaining guys that watch wrestling. You're sitting at home watching by yourself. Please chuck us on in the background, and hopefully we entertain you as much
wrestling.
as WWE does.
Let's be friends. Cool. We'll see you guys soon. Bye for now. Peace.
Peace.